I'm Randy at Kentville Toyota, and tonight we're going to talk about the all-new 2024 Toyota Prius. So here we are at the front of the vehicle. This is the 2024 version. This is the all-wheel drive, not the plug-in Prime. This vehicle has a 2-liter drivetrain, and starting here at the front, obviously we have the LED headlights. Extremely sleek, very masculine look. I really do like the aggressive stance of this vehicle from the front side. Lots of sonar sensors forward-facing for parking. And this vehicle also has some really neat safety features that do run off of a combination of those sensors in the bumper, as well as the forward-facing camera here, is that if you're on the road and a pedestrian or a bicycle veers or appears to be veering into your lane of travel, this vehicle will actually respond to that faster than you will, and it actually take control of the steering and steer you away from your pedestrian or the bicycle. So as we go from front to back, obviously, nice angular headlight and fog light. Another parking sonar sensor here on the outside of the vehicle. This version of the Prius as the Limited and the all-wheel drive, this comes with a standard 19-inch alloy wheel. Big, bold look. I really like the look. I like the combination of that large wheel. Kind of an interesting twist. Previously, the Prius has always been a bit of an econo box for people, and they went with 15-inch tires because they were cost effective and they were, frugal customers love their Priuses. This is a totally new way of thinking, is that you still get the economy of a Prius, but you get a really nice, bold look. You get the black wheel arch here on the yellow. Again, if you like the maximum yellow with the black, that's good. Not all will. You can actually downsize these wheels over time as well. So as we move backward here to the mirror, there is not marker for the signal light on this one, but it does have a puddle lamp right here, so that when you open the door or you unlock the vehicle at night, this will light up the ground outside of the vehicle. Move back towards the door handles. Obviously, this has Toyota technology built in that as long as the key is with you, the car will lock and unlock with just you touching here. The mirror also still has our traditional Toyota blind spot monitoring sensor is lit up in your mirror when there is something in your blind spot. So come back here. Really interesting look of the car with the black and the yellow. You will notice that this vehicle actually does have, between the moonroof and the second panel of the roof, this essentially is all black. This is glass, this is glass, this is plastic. So really interesting look is essentially have a glass top vehicle. As we come back here a little further, again, Toyota hybrid, so obviously we have a locked gas door because there's a pressurized system. And visually, really interesting car to look at. Great body lines. Pretty happy with this overall. Customers who have had them so far love them. This color again, very polarizing. Let's leave it at that. So let's go around to the back and see what we can find in the rear hatch. So here we are back at the rear of the 2024 Prius Limited. Again, Toyota is still calling it a Prius. They have changed the emblem on the rear. All of our new hybrids have the new HEV tag on the back. Lots of sensors again here for parking on the rear. This is a limited trim, so the nice feature on this particular vehicle is it has a power hatch. This is a standard feature on the limited trim. Lower trims do not come with the power hatch until you get up in the technology packages. For the 2024, we do have 2 buttons on the rear gate. Traditionally, even the Priuses with the rear gate that was a power gate, they had just a close and lock, just a close feature. The newer vehicles come with a close and lock. So as you deposit whatever it is you're going to put in the back, press that button on the right, bang, you leave, and as you walk away, it closes the rear hatch and everything locks up for you. So that's kind of a nice feature, so you don't have to stand and wait and lock the vehicle after the hatch closes. So privacy cover, standard feature on this vehicle, very easily detached, literally just hook and loop. If you do want to take it out, if you need more space for packages, whatever you're going to put in here. The floor height is fairly high in this vehicle. It's not a big, roomy car, simply because the hybrid batteries are here over the rear axle. Gives gives you a great center of gravity as an all-wheel drive vehicle, so it's a nice feature. But again, this is not a people hauler. This is, it is fine for 5 people, but in most cases people are going to use this for a family of 4. And with the all-wheel drive, this vehicle still does have 6 inches of ground clearance, which is nice. So there is a little bit of storage space here in the rear of the vehicle. It does come with a tow hook that you can put in the front if you're unfortunate enough to need it. There it is. And because of the configuration of this vehicle, it does not come with a spare tire. There is a repair kit in the vehicle so that if you get a small puncture, you can hook the can up, hopefully reinflate your tire and get to a service station and get it fixed. So here we are inside the 2024 Prius Limited. Let's do a quick tour here of what I see. Obviously, we have 2 presets here on the driver's door because the driver does have a power seat. 8-way adjustable, lumbar support, really comfortable seat. I've got to say I've had an opportunity to drive a couple of these vehicles and it is a fantastically comfortable vehicle to drive. For taller drivers, you really would need to set the seat way down to keep the headroom. The seat is bottomed out, I'm all the way in. So not a ton of headroom in here with this sunroof. So again, if you had a longer torso and you were north of 6'2", 6'3", you'd make sure you'd want to drive one of these before you ordered one because you make sure you fit. So from here, I see on the dash, automatic headlights, heated parking zone for the wipers. I see the heated steering wheel, which is a nice feature. Gas door is down there. Now, gas door on this vehicle, again, because it is a Toyota hybrid, it's a pressurized system. This particular vehicle has a 40-liter tank. The 40-liter tank combined with the, I believe it is 4.8 liters per 100 kilometers stated fuel economy combined for this car should give you a range of about 850 kilometers on a full tank. One of our competitors years ago were making a big deal of you get 1,000 kilometers of tank. What they didn't tell you was it was a 60-liter tank. Comparatively, you put this Prius on the road compared to that vehicle, which happened to be diesel at the time, and comparatively we would get about 1,400 kilometers on the same amount of fuel with this vehicle. So that's a nice feature. The fuel economy is ridiculous. So lots of tech, obviously, your audio controls, radar, cruise control. The layout of this vehicle is very different than previous generations. This is more cockpit-like. I have the display sitting up out of the dash way in front of me, lots of information on it. I really like the brightness of it. It's perfectly placed for my line of sight. The audio, the head unit on this vehicle is very in-depth. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto built in on this vehicle. And because it's a limited trim, it's got a ton of features here. So we have heated and cooled seats. We've got 2 USB-C audio inputs here and a charging port. We have a conventional old school charging port if you have any old devices you need extra power for. Climate controls, dual climate control, which is really nice. So you can either, your driver can be hot, your passenger can be cold, vice versa. Because it does have heated and cooled seats, we do have the perforated seating surfaces, which is really nice. This is a nice touch, it's kind of that carbon fiber look, very kind of space age. Again, I've been sitting here a couple minutes. I've got to reiterate how comfortable this seat is. It's really impressive. So wireless charging, automatic parking brake, drive modes here. This is a nice change for a lot of people who really found the previous generations of the Prius to be a little more spaceship-like. This is more conventional that we're all used to with a conventional shifter. Again, once you look at the controls, it's very Prius, but for someone who's never driven a Prius before, it's a little more utilitarian than we're used to, and it's a little more comforting for people who've not been previous Prius drivers. I see JBL speakers in the front. The audio system in this vehicle is really impressive. I've got to say that between the XM satellite radio and pairing it with my device, the sound quality here is really a nice touch. Good big sunroof. Manual covers for you to use to cut the glare. I do find driving with my sunroof open with my glasses, I get glare from the back depending where the sun is. So that's a nice, easy, convenient touch. I don't have to go fishing for buttons. I can literally just grab it. So I have the seat pretty well set for myself. So I'm gonna go in the back, see what the layout is like, and see what it feels like to be a rear passenger here. Come on, let's go in back there. Okay, so as I'm about to get in the rear of the vehicle, I noticed something really unique, is that we have your conventional hidden switch here for the door that we see on a lot of our vehicles when they put these hidden door handles in. There's a secondary switch on this one. So this is the electronic switch, and I'm assuming, because of the depth of the throw on here that you have to push it in, there's also a mechanical latch so that this vehicle is without any electricity, you can literally shove your thumb way down in there and still unlock the door. It's not the most comfortable thing to do, but it will work in case the battery's dead. So I'm gonna carry on, get on the other side of the vehicle and see what it fits like. So here we are in the rear seat of the car. And as I've said on some of these other videos, I have a long torso. Again, I'm only 5'10", but I seem to be disproportionately tall from the waist up. There's not a ton of headroom in here for me. I am sitting, my hair is literally touching the roof, and if I was a little taller or you were going over speed bumps, this would not be the most comfortable place for me to spend some time. So the seat itself is very comfortable. No rear pocket on the driver's side, which is less than ideal for me. There is one on the passenger side. Obviously, we have heated seats for both rear passengers, which is a nice touch. And we have 2 USB-C charging ports here. No fan controls or anything, literally just the heated seats. The armrest is pretty standard for most of the Toyota product. Again, good, comfortable seating. I do like the seating surface. This is comfortable for me, but the headroom is a bit concerning because the sweeping roof line of this vehicle obviously gives you a fairly low roof. And this upper trim that does have the sunroof in it, obviously you do lose a little bit of headroom because of the dynamics of how the sunroof has to be fitted in the vehicle. So a baser trim would give you probably another couple of centimeters of headroom, which I would want if I was coming in here for any more than a few minutes or a half-hour drive. It would be not ideal. But again, seating position is comfortable. Door closed. You have quite a high door line here, so it's just below my shoulder height. Again, longer torso, but just an interesting observation that this is a fairly small space. But the opening itself opens up nice and wide. I don't see any issues with that as far as access goes. Yeah, just my biggest observations for me is that this is a really tight roof line. I'd much rather be the driver than the rear passenger. So that's about all I see back here. You do have good pass-through back into the rear hatch, but that's about it. There's no point in me sitting in here blabbling on any longer. Okay, so as per usual, I'll reach down here and see if I can open the hood. So I'll come around to the front, look for the magic hood latch. Hopefully this isn't too embarrassing. Oh no, there it is right there. I just have to figure out which way it goes. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Nice clean design there. That was fairly easy to find. So, interestingly enough, this is Toyota's 2-liter hybrid drive. This is the powertrain of choice for all the Prius vehicles. Both the plug-in Prius and the all-wheel drive Prius still have the same 4-cylinder, 2-liter hybrid drive connected to the eCVT. This one happens to be all-wheel drive. Again, average consumer, there's where you check your oil. There's where you put your nothing in. That's actually coolant, so don't touch that. There's no need to. That's where your washer fluid would go. And again, beyond that, there is a fuse box. Obviously, there's an air cleaner here. Most people are going to use a certified technician to service this because the average consumer really doesn't understand what's going on there. You don't really need to. Prius is one of those badges that's been around forever. The original Prius was sold in Japan in 1998. Toyota Stats says that most of those vehicles are still on the road with the original batteries in them. In our environment, we've seen a few from the early 2000s. They do stand up mechanically extremely well, but Mother Nature tends to eat them where we are, even with undercoating, is that there's not a lot of those original vehicles still left on the road because most of them rotted, not because they stopped working. So battery pack in the back comes with a 10-year warranty. The engine's got a 5-year, 100,000 kilometer powertrain warranty on it. We really don't have any issues with these. Service them, look after it, undercoat it, and enjoy your Prius. So I'm Randy from Kentville Toyota. Thanks for your time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Good afternoon, I'm Randy at Kentville Toyota, and today we're going to talk about a 2026 Toyota Prius plug-in. So this 2026 Prius, this is actually the SE model. So this is the entry-level vehicle. So for 2026, as far as we know as the time we're taping this, there will be the SE, the XSE, and the XSE with the tech pack. They all have the same common drivetrain. So again, it's our 2-liter naturally aspirated Toyota drivetrain, played with a hybrid drive for the Prius. It's been the same now for a few years. This particular model, being the SE, comes with a 17-inch wheel package and is actually stated to give you the best fuel economy of all the Priuses. Not a huge difference between the SE and the XSE, but it works out to I'm going to guess maybe 3 or 4% better fuel economy with this vehicle because smaller wheels, smaller tires, and a little lighter car. So this is the plug-in variant. You can plug it in on a level 1 charger, which is not a level 1 charger at all. It's really just literally a cord in your garage or on the side of your home. It comes pre-wired with the cable, so you literally plug it into the car, you plug it into the wall. Charge time on this vehicle on your 110 volt cable is approximately 12 to 14 hours depending on temperature and the state of the battery. But if you plan on an overnight charge, it will be 100% charge every time you go get in the car, and the intention is for you to charge it at home. If you do want to go to a level 2 charger, you can go, swipe your card, put it in the system, and reality is it'll cost you probably under $1 to charge this car, and at a level 2 charger you can do a full charge in approximately 15 minutes. So it's pretty user-friendly, but the intention is for you to charge it at home. So in the front of the vehicle, as with all of this generation of Prius, you do have frontal sonar for park assist. Just helps you stay within the lines, make sure you're not too close to anything. The nose of this vehicle is quite long, and that is a nice feature to make sure you're not getting too close to anything on the front. Come down the side. This is a 17-inch wheel package. I am not a fan of this wheel cover. I'll tell you the truth. I would throw that away because the wheel under it looks pretty near, well, to my eye, looks better than the wheel cover. The reason that is on there is it is an aerodynamic advantage, is that wheel cover has less drag than the face of the wheel. If I bought this car, I would take them off, or I would go somewhere and change them into something else. I do like the 17-inch wheel because it's cost effective, good fuel economy, good torque. I don't like the wheel. It's my opinion. Everybody's got their own. So come down the side, color and match mirror on this trim. The blind spot monitor on this is still on the mirror, but you do not get the signal light on the exterior of this one that you do get on the upper trims. Come back in, you still have the lock, unlock available on the door handle. It's the same as it is with the intelligent key on most of our Toyotas. Back here, we've already done this on a previous generation of Prius, is you do have a hidden rear switch for the rear door, so it looks more like a two-door car. It makes it nice and sporty. Easy to open and close. And again, there is a mechanical switch here, so the battery is dead. You can still mechanically shove your finger way down in there and unlock that car. It's hard to do, but it does work. So in this case, because the vehicle is black, you have the black wheel arch, all blends in, really sleek look. I do like this trim level vehicle in black, and with the ugly black wheels, this is as good a fit as you're gonna get. So let's come around to the back and have a quick look at it back here. So here we are back at the rear of this vehicle. My first look around, I couldn't see the sonar, but again, my eyes are not getting any younger. They are here, the sensors are here for backup as well. There is a punch out here for a tow hook in case you do go off the road. They can pull you over, they're ripping something off your car. And it is conventionally a hatchback. So because this is a plug-in hybrid, again, fairly high floor height, not a lot of drop down in storage. It does come with a charge cable, which is all this packaging is from. It comes with a repair kit as opposed to a spare tire. So for the first 3 years, you have roadside assistance with this vehicle. But if you buy any extended warranty program from Toyota Canada, it will extend your roadside assistance so that if you do have an issue with a tire or anything else, they'll come and give you a hand when your tires are toast. So yeah, we're gonna go in and do a quick look around on the inside of the vehicle, and then we're gonna take it out for a road test and give you some real world opinion about the drivability of this car in electric drive mode. So let's have a look inside. So here we are in the 2026 base Prius plug-in. So for 2026, there is the plug-in version of the Prius available in Canada in 3 different trims, obviously this being the entry-level trim, and it is available currently for the 2026. As far as we know, you should still be able to get the all-wheel drive non-plug-in version of this Prius as well. So this as the entry-level vehicle still has lots of features. I've got to say the driver's seat's very comfortable. It's a manual seat, no surprise there. Still get automatic headlights. You get the heated park zone for your wipers for de-icing for the winter. Still get a heated steering wheel, automatic headlights. All the safety features are the same in this vehicle as they would be in the upper trims. The things that you miss in this trim level vehicle are some of the upgraded trim, the larger screen in front of the driver as far as the MID, and you lose rear cross traffic alert with emergency stopping. So this vehicle has rear cross traffic alert but no emergency stopping, so it'll audibly warn you that there is something in your path in the rear, but it will not put the brakes on. It will preload the brakes so that the minute you start paying attention and touch the brakes, they will stop, but it will not offer that safety feature on its own. Simple features in front. Again, it's very similar Toyota layout on the steering wheel to the RAV4. This actually feels, that I'm sitting here now, feels more like the BZ and the BZ4X, our full electric platform. The display is the same. Steering wheel configuration is very similar. So I don't get a cooled seat in this car, but the AC is on. We're in electric mode or EV mode right now, so we're running on full electric. I do see 2 USB-C ports in front of me down here in the storage area, nice ample storage area down here. There is an old school 12 volt receptacle as well. I'd use the expression cigarette lighter, but that would be dating me, so I won't do that. We do get this slot here for your phone, but it does not have wireless charging in this trim level. It does in the XSE and the XSE Tech. So let's go on the road. We're going to take it for a drive. We're in EV mode right now. This vehicle is not charged quite as much as I'd like. People are involved and it didn't work out the way I'd planned, but regardless. This vehicle on a full charge in summer here in Canada, consumers are telling us they are running between 70 and 75 kilometers depending on their driving habits. And we're finding that for most people that is about the right range. I think I'm putting the car in drive. I am in the car's in drive. I don't know what I was doing, but it's not my first time driving, it's just my first time driving this car. So we're gonna pop out here on the road. You probably can't hear it, but we're making the typical Toyota EV noises right now. All of our vehicles are Transport Canada compliant, and they give audible warnings to people around us that let us know that we're electric, so that people can hear your vehicle because there is no gas engine noise. To warn people that we're on the move. So again, full electric. I'm surprised how quickly and easily that accelerated. We're burning no gas as we speak right now, so that's interesting. I wouldn't have known that the gas engine wasn't on if the car didn't tell me, because that pickup was more than adequate for the driving conditions where we are. Seating position is good. Visibility is great. This vehicle does have a very, very large windshield. Quite a long swept-back nose on the glass here, so it does have a huge dash in front of you. Anyway, just an observation. Visibility is really good. I'm just gonna sneak through this light. So we're gonna go up on the 100 series highway and just see how the acceleration is on this vehicle. Again, on full electric. So let's see how that goes. Good. Can't really get after it too much because there's a car in front of me. But go up here a few meters. So there we are. We're already at 80 kilometers an hour, just going up the on-ramp in EV mode. Can't go any faster because of traffic conditions, but certainly no problem with getting up to highway speed in this vehicle on EV mode alone. So there we are. We're at the speed limit, just like that. That was painless. I will say I'm surprised there's quite a bit of tire noise, and it could be the actual tires on this vehicle. But there is no engine running in the car, so obviously the decibel level in here is pretty low, but it is more than I expected. But again, entry-level trim on a 17-inch wheel, so be interesting to do a comparison between this and the 19s, just to see how noisy the upper trim level vehicles are, just in general, and especially in EV mode. We were at about a 20% charge when we got on the road with this vehicle. We just accelerate up to highway speeds, which is all uphill for the first couple of kilometers in the position on the highway where we just got on. We're down to about 14% because of that. I'm going to get back off the highway. We're going to come back through a secondary road, and I'm actually going to put it in hybrid mode so that it uses both drivetrains, and do a little hill climb with this and see what the power feels like when you're actually asking for some power. So we'll just come to a stoplight here, we'll get reconfigured, and I'll figure out how to switch the drivetrain to where I want it to, and then we'll go again. So I can see the indicator on the dash is telling me that A, I'm coming to a stop sign, and B, my regenerative braking is doing exactly what it's supposed to. So I'm going to put it in regular EV mode. Oh, and somebody's pulling up in front of me, hopefully they won't. So I'm going to step on it, and it feels like my drivetrain is gas and hybrid, and wow, that's impressive for a Prius. My current daily driver, when I'm not driving my Tundra, is a 2014 Prius V, and wow, I don't think it has ever been able to respond like this thing does on the accelerator. That is really impressive. Yep, I am definitely driving on electric, and that is surprising. The performance of this car is really way better than I expected. Again, the reviews have all said, from the gurus who talk about cars, who are not me. I work with cars, not talk about cars, although I'm talking about cars, that this is a new generation of Prius, that you're not sacrificing performance, comfort, or anything for fuel economy. And I would agree wholeheartedly, is that the performance of this car is impressive. It's comfortable on the road. This is a pretty rough secondary road. It's handling the bumps as good as any Camry that I've driven, so that's impressive. What do you think there, co-pilot? How's the ride back there on this rough road? A little jerky? Well, is that my driving, or is that the road? Probably my driving. Oh, that's fair. Okay, excellent. Backseat driver. Give him a camera and he becomes a comedian. That's perfect. Okay. So if it's not for the inconsistent speed, how is the ride as far as the quality of the road? Not bad? Not bad. Okay, good. Good. Excellent. How's the headroom?
Could be better, honestly.
Could be better? Yeah. It's pretty snug?
Yeah.
More of a two-seater than a family car?
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. I guess as a commuter vehicle, this would be mostly, two people would be driving. This would be very comfortable. There's a ton of leg room here. Again, I've said this before, I've got a long torso and shorter legs. I can't imagine, with the headroom that I have in this vehicle, again, no sunroof in this configuration of Prius, you'd have to be way taller in the torso than I am to have a problem here. And we do have the ability to raise and lower the seat. Works well, pretty rudimentary, but very effective. So we're going to go to another secondary road and do some more driving. I've got to say, it's very comfortable. It is, I don't say it's noisy here. My expectations would be that the car would be quieter than this, but again, maybe that's an unreasonable expectation. It's not. Certainly I wouldn't call it loud, but it's more than I expected. Okay. Interesting. We're consuming battery fairly quickly, but again, driving in hybrid mode, it's still predominantly using electric until it exhausts that battery, so that's normal. I spoke to a customer a couple of days ago. She's driving a 2024, one of the first versions of this car that we delivered for that model year. She has a solar array on her roof, does her charging at home on a level 1 charger, literally just on a 110 volt cord that is provided with this vehicle. So she has no way to quantify what the electricity has cost her, because it's part of her infrastructure cost at her home. she did say that even with her day-to-day driving, and she would probably average 350 kilometers a week just in general driving around the valley floor as someone who's semi-retired. And in almost a year and a half's driving, her car is telling her she has averaged 1.2 liters per 100 kilometers, to the point that she puts high-test gasoline in the vehicle, and she's actually putting fuel stabilizer in because the tank of gas is lasting way longer than you would want it to. Is that old gasoline does not age well, and it can be detrimental to the overall maintenance of your gasoline engine. So she's done a little reading on the online forums, and for the couple of dollars that it costs her, she's putting fuel stabilizer in her Prius, just so that she doesn't have any long-term problems with it, because her intentions are to drive this car for no less than 10 years and hopefully put a couple 100,000 kilometers on it. So interestingly enough, I'm going to just try, I've got to say, this thing accelerates way better than I expected. Oh, interesting. Because of the way I'm not really playing to the camera, but I'm aware of the camera, this car just warned me that I was not looking at the road, that I should probably change the angle of my head. So it's telling me to sit up, driver's face not detected. So there is a camera in front of me just at the head of the steering column, and it's looking for my eyes. And if it sees that my eyes are not where it thinks I should be, part of it could be the way I'm sitting, but what it's looking for as a safety feature is it's looking for the fact that I'm texting while I'm driving, which I'm clearly not, although talking to this camera while I drive is probably more detrimental than texting. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's certainly not without its problems. So it's interesting that most of the newer vehicles that we sell now do have these safety mechanisms built in to protect the consumer from their own stupidity. So anyway, that is the nature of the business we're in now, that we try and assume all liabilities for consumers because not everybody's a good driver. Although I will say that the average conventional Prius driver has been a very conscientious driver who looks after their car and looks after the rules of the road pretty diligently as well. So I've got to say I'm really pleasantly surprised by this vehicle. The drive is nice, handling is good. I don't find the safety features too intrusive. It is warning me because the road that I'm on right now does not have a secondary line. It's warning me when I'm close to the center line, but it's not fighting me as I avoid some of the potholes that we absolutely do need to avoid on a lot of the roads in Atlantic Canada. So yeah, it's doing lots of things for us, but not, I wouldn't find it intrusive by any stretch. Well, thanks for watching. This has been our drive, learn and drive, look at, whatever you want to call it. This has been our video we've just done on a 2026 Toyota plug-in Prius. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've got to say, I am pleasantly surprised with this car. That's way better drive than I expected. It's really helpful for us to get in the vehicle, take it on the road, have an opinion about how the vehicle performs, how it feels. I hope you find these interesting. That's been my first test drive of this vehicle. I would recommend that you should test drive one too. The Prius, because of some of the politics going on in the US, we're going to have more availability of the plug-in Prius over the foreseeable future. Built in Japan, quality second to none, and I've got to say, good bang for your buck. Good value on that car, great performance on that car, and who doesn't want to save on the fuel bill? So again, thanks for your time. I'm Randy at Kentville Toyota. Like, subscribe, comment, do what you're gonna do, waste your time, spend some more time with us. Come visit us at Kentville Toyota. Thanks for watching.